Yeah, last week, on Odyssey of the Dragonlords, you guys had taken a brief side quest to investigate rumors of a Hydra that was, at one time, used by worshippers of Sidon to make sacrifices to. You traveled there, interviewed a local fox, discovered its lair after using each other as fishing equipment, and delved into said lair, wherein you had a relatively relaxing and simple battle against the Hydra. We pick up with the Hydra being slain, its head scattered about the room. Yeah, I think that's where we left off. So we'll just pick up right from there. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. This is my attempt at making a spirit healing spirit, because if it's over someone you can still see them, or if it's under someone you can still see it. It's a square-shaped token. Yeah. I feel like I've gone into another dimension with this one. So, yeah. I'm thinking the square-shaped frame might be the future, especially for bigger monsters. Because when the monsters I'm noticing get like Godzilla size, people do start to get confused about where the hell the miniature starts and stops. So, might be worth exploring. I don't know. Square frame look ugly though. So, but like, where's the edge of this monster? You know what I mean? It's confusing.
It's right here.
Yeah.
It's right here.
So.
What if you did a monster with a square aura?
I was confused.
A square aura? Maybe.
That way, if you saw the aura, you would know that's a monster.
Like the aura marks the edge of the monster. That's not a bad idea. I don't know how I would trick it into doing that, though. Yeah, either way, I'll have to figure it out in Foundry. Okay, so the Hydra's defeated. Its body no longer shedding and growing heads. What you came for still beats in its chest, waiting for the chance to grow anew into a fresh Hydra. Your friend and biggest fan, Kyra, drags a shy and embarrassed Karina into the room and is making a big deal about the one arrow shot that she fired that hit the Hydra. She gives you all meaningful looks as she extols the expert marksmanship of this young Amazonian ranger in training.
Karina, that was an amazing shot. You should feel very proud.
All right. Is this earnest, or do I need you to roll a deception?
Earnest, absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry if
fair
I'm
enough.
like really tired and.
Oh no, because Kyra's not being earnest, because she gave up her turns so that Karina could fire that damn bow, and she didn't really land a lot of hits. So, yeah. But
Everyone mattered.
Yeah, she's trying to pick her up because she's feeling a little down. Lorius doesn't mind. He barely does fucking anything except sleep with Phil, and that seems to be more than enough for him and for Phil and for the fan base. So he's just he's kind of just the groupie, you know. He just kind of follows you guys around, enjoying the benefits of hanging out with famous people without really having to do much. There was that one time he had to tell a joke for Kyra. Yeah. Oh, he did. Yeah, he
did stuff before.
Yeah. So, but now he's like early retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like I did my part. So, all right. Beating within the chest of this beast is your smorgasbord.
Yep.
You are cautioned. You are cautioned by Talos' training with the druids on a number of things. One. This creature had legendary actions and was a difficult fight, and was used by a Titan, or by worshippers of a Titan, as a sacrificial method. More than likely, this creature does contain a divine spark, maybe just a tiny one, but it more than likely has a divine spark. It would be prudent to sacrifice such a beast to one of the powers of Thylea. And much as you made a decision about the boar, you would need to, as a fellowship, make a decision about who, if any, you would sacrifice this creature's body to after you got done with harvesting it. Now, the creature itself, it's a Hydra. It's got some alright stuff. This is an advanced Hydra, so it's got slightly better than alright stuff. The main prize, of course, is the heart, which also means that it is more than likely the most difficult part of the beast to harvest without damaging it. This would be a knowledge nature to identify what parts can be harvested and used, and then a survival or knowledge nature or harvesting tools check to successfully extract the different pieces. Failure, of course, will cause the Hydra's nose to light up red and a buzzer will sound. So, I made that last part up. Actually, I guess we're making it all up because it starts with the dragons. Holy shit. Okay, so who wants to roll that knowledge nature check to see just what a Hydra has inside of it? What kind of candy is in this pinata?
I mean, I'd like to roll it.
You want
I would
me
give you
to
assistance.
help you?
Yeah,
Oh man, all right.
I definitely want everyone to get together and put their minds together on this.
Man, somewhere Valis is wiping away a tear because she knows that her nerd games have infected you guys, and now you're all turning into nerds. Kyra watches, shaking her head at how nerdy this party has become. She looks over to Strayus, the only bro left, and she gives him a bro nod.
Quick question.
Yes?
I'll look to Strayus seeking the guidance of my grandmother, if he could give me.
Oh, I see. All right.
So could Hypatia give him advantage because of the assistance? Could my favorite enemy give him the +2 for monstrosity?
Yeah, sure. Pile it all in there. You took an oath of fellowship. You have to deal with the consequences of each other's bad decisions. You should at least get to benefit some way from it. So, all right. Thylea's sexy token is going to watch from the sidelines, cheering you on.
All right.
She's a thick lady. She's a thick lady. It's big.
That is thick.
But big and beautiful.
Big and beautiful.
All right. Here's the straight roll.
Oh,
+2.
Nice. +2. Plus
and
a
then
D4.
a D4.
Okay.
I'm gonna just add the 2 on the D4. Oh, it's a 27.
Together, the three of you are able to recall extremely obscure lore that there is a better item, even than the Hydra's heart, that can be harvested. And that is the Hydra's spine. If you can somehow extract the Hydra's spine without any further damage, it will serve as the core material component to craft the Staff of Multiplied Recovery. A staff that, once attuned, if you cast any healing magic while you're holding the staff and attuned to it, if you roll max number on the healing die, it explodes.
Oh my god.
With the caveat that the maximum number of dice ever rolled can only be twice the original value. So, you know, if you were rolling like 3d8 for heals, the most d8s you could ever get out of it would be 6, but it's still pretty cool. And I have no idea how to set up a macro for
words
it.
for 100, but
No, but it's still pretty. It's still pretty dope.
It's pretty good.
It's still pretty dope for an item.
I'm gonna try and get this for you, Anna.
But it is extremely hard to get the spine out intact. Other things that are useful. There is the Hydra's hide, which has no special properties whatsoever. But look at this Hydra. Wouldn't you want to look dope as fuck wearing this white and blue striped leather or hide armor? Absolutely. Hydra teeth. That there are hundreds of Hydra teeth, but some of the teeth are infused with the essence of the Hydra, and you will be able to make arrows that deal an extra 1d4 lightning damage. Oh. Also, there's the meat from the Hydra. That's pretty simple to get. And the blood of the Hydra that when consumed, if you drink a vial of Hydra blood, you will regenerate 1d4 hit points at the end of each of your turns for 1 full minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good.
Or you can use the blood as a core ingredient of a potion of superior healing, reducing the associated cost and brewing time of such a potion. And then finally, if you are able to, you can extract the heart, an organ capable of scaling up blood circulation regardless of how many heads its body grows. The heart of a Hydra is brimming with magical potential. In fact, the heart of a Hydra is so powerful that consuming one can even regrow lost limbs and fix broken bones. It takes 10 minutes to consume enough Hydra heart to have any effect, but once consumed, you will regain all your hit points, as well as regrow any missing body parts. Doesn't do anything for scar tissue, though. All right. So, go ahead and give me that harvesting check.
You said it could be nature as well.
Yeah, it could be nature.
All right, I'm gonna roll
Nature,
with
survival,
nature.
or
I'll-
harvesting kit.
I'll guidance your
right.
check.
All right. I have Kyra inspiration. I don't know if this is the time to use it, but I'd like to use it.
Okay. Are you goofing or pranking?
No, I'm not a.
Inspiration is very
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah, you gotta be goofing or pranking. Yeah.
I might be putting like the heads on my head and pretending to be the Hydra still when I'm doing it. I might tape one to my body or glue it to look like I have multiple. Okay, I guess that's a reach.
What you should
All
do
right,
is take each of the head and do sock puppets. Mr.
here's the
Duck
roll.
Okay.
With the D4, 30.
30 is the number needed to extract the spine. I'm just gonna go down from there. You guys are able to extract all of the available parts that I listed. All right. The spine's pretty big. Not gonna lie to you. But you can sort of coil it up. It's pretty gross. The whole situation. I don't think I have an actual miniature or art of a spine. I do have this lovely whip that is made out of a spinal column. It's always nice. Delicious. But yeah, you have a big old Hydra spine. More importantly, you have the Hydra's heart, which looks like this. There we go. Delicious. I don't know. That's probably not what a Hydra's heart looks like.
It's hard shaped.
It's what it looks like in my brain, in my head canon.
All right, who is going to partake of it? It's a pretty big heart, so I think it could certainly. Let's see, gargantuan creature. I think 6 people could eat this heart if they were so inclined. Has anybody got broken bones or missing any body parts that you haven't told us about? This would be your chance to get them back. Hypatia, you might get a lusher head of hair. You know?
Yeah, I was
Grow
going to
back
ask if I
some-
could get some more snakes.
Yeah, sure. I don't know how much volume you're going for, but this would definitely be how you do it.
A snake after.
This
Maybe
be chance
it'll
of growing
regenerate
extra
your
appendixes?
maybe it'll regenerate your nose back to its normal size.
Oh dang.
We don't talk
so-
about that, Phil.
So are you about to
I
dig?
forgot. I
are you about to
remembered the
dig
talk.
in and eat this giant like Jello mold heart?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like sit next to a pillar, start munching into it, and I'm gonna offer it to everybody else that would want some.
All right.
The only
Like-
reason Astraeus is going to is because he feels with the Oath of Fellowship. What one does, we all do.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Sounds like a plan.
I mean,
Okay.
I thought he would just take a small bite from professional curiosity.
So you're not gonna eat 10 minutes worth of heart here, to confirm.
No.
No. Okay.
No. I'll eat 1 minute worth of heart.
Okay. Well, you know how magic do. It doesn't like going halvesies or tenthsies. So, yeah, you eat it. It tastes horrible. I would probably say spicy. You know, because it's from a poisonous creature that also breathed lightning. It's very caffeinated, very invigorating. You can definitely feel your blood pumping faster as you're eating it. Metabolism is kind of picking up. Is anybody except Phil going for the full 10 minutes?
Tell us, Will.
Okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
will.
I think I can. Yeah, I could do 10 too if there's enough.
All right, fair enough.
I'd let Philippa 3s eat it for 10 minutes if his little body could stomach it.
I mean, he's a dog, so he'd probably eat until his stomach ruptured. So, no offense to all the dogs out there, but all right.
Any dog viewers, there was no offense intended.
Now there's people that love dogs so much that they would fight you if you were impeding the honor of the doggo. All right. After 10 minutes, Phil, you feel excruciating pain, a la Harry Potter bone grow situation, as the bones in your arm begin to rapidly knit themselves back together. It's bad. Feels bad. The effort of doing so has made you so ravenously hungry that you have lost gained one level of exhaustion. The only way to ever get rid of this is to immediately eat 5 pounds of food.
Well, we got Hydra meat, right?
Yeah.
As Scanna to start a fire, we'll have a Hydra roast and
Okay.
eat 5 pounds of food.
Fair enough. All right. Kyra reaches into her small, glittery backpack from Claire's and pulls out a lit campfire, sets it down on the floor. There we go. All right.
Man, she has everything in that bag.
Okay, there we go. Put one of these bad boys on the grill. Delicious. Okay. All right. So let me roll some dice, or I guess you guys could roll some dice. Somebody roll me 6d6. The first 6d6 is what I'm gonna take. Give me 6d6. All right. It was 66 or 30, whichever was higher. So you guys find 30 Hydra teeth. I will post that over into your treasure.
Cool.
All right, I'll do Hydra loots. There we go. All right, somebody give me 4d6. Okay, so we got 12. I'm gonna say we're gonna minus two portions, so 10 more portions of Hydra meat. And we'll put spicy. All right. Give me 2d6.
I'm letting someone else try.
Everyone's now was being so polite. I'll just. Okay, 3. There are 3 usable vials of blood. All right. Let's see. And then we got the Hydra's hide. Let's see. Okay, let me post that up real quick. All right. 1 Hydra hide can be crafted into leather or studded leather. Okay. I guess you could also do hide armor, but I don't know who in their right mind would deliberately make hide armor. So.
Druids?
But they can wear leather armor, right? And I mean, you could just argue that you're doing bone studs or something instead of metal studded armor. I don't know. I guess I stopped taking druid vows seriously when they, started going any alignment they wanted and all that jazz. Not that I use the alignment system. Anyways, whatever. All right, then we ate the heart, so that's taken care of, and then the Hydra spine. Oh baby. Alright. Or if you don't feel like questing for the rest of the ingredients to build such a staff, someone would gladly buy the staff from you for a paltry amount of money. So, but you can do further research, figure out the other ingredients that you need to build the Staff of Multiplied Recovery. Alright. Cool. So, with that settled, and Hydra meat being eaten, is there anyone that is not eating the meat that is being barbecued up over here?
Was it only Phil that needed the?
Yeah, only Phil had to eat because he's the only one that regrew anything.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna. I just ate 10 minutes worth of heart. I think I'm good.
Okay.
Did the rest of us at least get our hit points back from the heart?
Anybody that ate for the full 10 minutes, you recover all of your hit points.
Oh, no spontaneous limb growth.
No, why would you get spontaneous limb growth? Because you
It's
got
a
sex
Hydra.
with a
Who
tree?
knows?
Yeah.
Am I an Etten now? Is that how this is working?
Oh man, no,
Please
because
no.
they're two completely unique individuals that are forced to share a body. So, but if you find your wife's head, we could sew that on. I mean, is that inappropriate? I guess it's inappropriate. Sorry.
Monstrous.
Okay.
Terrible.
All right. On that note, well, okay. Moving away from that note, do you intend, with Talus's rudimentary training in the ways of the druidic sacrifice, to sacrifice what's left of the Hydra now that you've taken all the best bits?
I think we certainly should.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely think we should sacrifice.
Okay. All right.
3 of the 5.
Do you need the list? Lutheria, Sidon,
No, they're not on the list.
Kentinamane, excuse me. Thylea. God, I know there's a couple others, so I can't remember who they are.
Mitros,
Yeah.
Vulcan, Piper,
Oh.
Dallas, Kyra.
Gotcha.
All right, keep the church music out of here.
Yep. So make your decision. But since you are a fellowship, whoever you sacrifice to, you will gain the benefits and penalties of all of you sacrificing to that individual.
Why don't we all just type who we think? But
Yeah.
talk about it.
This isn't fair. I'm related to him. My vote means someone's gonna spite me for not voting for him. How about everyone put your votes out, and then I'll put my vote in.
Well, Kyra says to you, Anastasia, that she's still heavy juicing from the Great Boar. So, and she's had a much more fulfilling last couple years than her sister. Her sister's just running on empty. So she probably needs it more. So.
Ooh,
If
the
that-
ultimate backhanded compliment.
Anna, looks
Alright.
like you're the swing vote. Which do you pick?
I think Carrie still wanted to kill Valis for Valis side.
All right, you guys are going to sacrifice the remains to Valis. Okay. I mean, the whole cave fills up with putrid smoke. Unless you want to drag this thing outside, do it on the peninsula under the open sky. It's up to you. Would you prefer to do it outside, or?
I think that'd be more fitting.
Okay. All right. It's not too much of an ordeal between all of your different abilities and strengths. But man, it would have been probably easier just to do it in the cave. You think to yourselves as you lug thousands of pounds of dead Hydra. That is sort of falling apart because you removed all like the skin and bits. But you take the massive chunk of meat back up to the peninsula. You light it ablaze. And you will the sacrifice to Valis. There is a certain diminishment of the remains and a flickering in the fire, and you know that the sacrifice has been received. All right. I assume you do a sweep of the Hydra's lair. The Hydra not being a dragon, and only eating aminals or naked sacrifices, who were dressed in similar ceremonial robes to what you guys were wearing, has no worldly loots, just its own body to offer up to you. I guess on that note, I'll take you back to the main map, and you can figure out your next move. I'm assuming going back to Mitros, is that the next move for now? Or do you want to check out your map so you can sort of plan your road trip?
Mitros is on the way back. So.
Yeah, because you guys are way down here right now. Boop.
Yeah, back to Mitros.
I don't know who drew this encouraging pink line. I don't want you to feel like that's the best possible path you could take. Here, I'll delete it. There we go. Oh, wait, I think we did some planning for this earlier, where you guys were trying to figure out the best way to go. If it does influence your decision, Old Man Vulcan does need to get dropped back off at the Mithril Mines, and Old Lady Versi needs to get dropped back off at the Temple of the Oracle. Pythor is just going to stay here in Mitros. So he's got like a couple of kids in the city who's going to try to ignore.
Then we got to take the Minotaurs to Astoria too.
The Minotaurs already left,
right?
Yeah, they already went to Astoria. Yep.
We can go check up on them though.
Yeah.
I think you guys should go back to Mitros first and then find out the ingredients you need for that staff. And then we'll decide like how we want to approach it, because it's possible some of the ingredients might be on the way.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Oh, should we try to recruit all the blacksmiths out of Mitros to go to Vulcan's mines to help him out until so he can't provide any help to the king until this all blows over?
Be a hard sell.
Who wouldn't want to work with the god of Forge?
Yeah,
They're already blacksmiths.
you can intern at the Mithril Mines. Gain lots of experience.
I don't know, do they need more help there? And do we want more people to be allowed in there?
Well, there's like a whole city that can be rebuilt there, right?
Do we want to keep the location a secret, or do we want to turn it into an open trade hub?
Oh, there's that, I guess.
We can ask Vulcan if he needs help, and then because he's in Mitros.
Yeah, that sounds good. We can get his input. So
Alright,
to Mitros we go. That seems to be the clear first step, anyways, right?
Yep.
All right.
All right, back to Mitros then. There we go. right. So, oh, this guy in his pants keep meaning to move them off the map. Let me get rid of him real quick.
I'm like super zoomed in, so he was my entire map.
Nice.
I was like, whoa.
All right. Yeah. So you return to the town. Gosh, I'm assuming since you decided not to camp out on the peninsula before you went and fought the Hydra, that maybe you camped out, or do you return late at night to the city? Do you camp out in the wilderness one night, or do you try to head back and just kind of return to Mitros in the middle of the night, sort of thing?
I think we could just go back, right? It's not that far.
Yeah, if there wasn't a required overnight, I think we would have just traveled through.
Okay. Then you guys will definitely be returning to Mitros late at night. I guess continuing to use the Queen's hospitality. You guys kind of crash late at the temple, the palace, and then you wake at whatever hour is needed to begin whatever final business you have in the city of Mitros.
How's Valis looking as we come back?
She's looking great. She's looking dynamite. Like a person that has taken all of their pills and gotten a good night's sleep. Yeah, she has all her socks in one drawer, all her shit in one box. She's definitely looking much better. Kyra watches her from the shadows, her eyes narrowed. All right. She wakes super early, obviously, attends to business or whatever, but you guys do encounter her as you sort of rise for your normal houred breakfast type thing. And she beams at all of you and says, I greatly appreciated the sacrifice. Thank you.
Hopefully it helps you when we're not away. Take care of the king's misdeeds.
Well, there's always work to be done. And while you have been a great help, it is now time for you to continue with your own destinies, and I will continue with my own work here. So, I hope that Versi and the Fates are kind, and we all see each other again.
Thank you, goddess.
So she kind of motions to all the children that are out in the garden playing, and she says, the children can continue to stay here. I worry that their association with you might make them a target of those who are not supporters of your cause. So, for now, they can continue to enjoy the safety and hospitality of the palace.
Thank you. That is most gracious.
I'm sure they would benefit greatly from your presence.
So, on that note, I have duties to attend to. I don't know if this is goodbye or if I will see you later. I guess I should, being the goddess of wisdom. But you are particularly hard to predict. Either way, know that you have done a great service for me and my people. But also know that your actions have not gone unnoticed. It was a bold and dangerous move, Astreus, to call out Lutheria in such a public manner.
The people of this city needed to see somebody show some spine and resistance towards the Titans. Defiance.
It's true. Soon all the illusions we have of peace will be shattered. Suppose it's best that the people begin to come around to that way of thinking sooner than later. I only wish it was later. Later still.
Astreus will nod at that. If only we had established a true peace rather than a stalemate. But the failures of the past will hopefully be rectified.
How much longer do we have until the Oath of Peace officially comes to an end?
She kind of like shrugs a little bit, and she says, who's to say it hasn't already ended? And we're all just warming up. It's certainly not the kind of thing that we would let mortals know about. That would cause a panic. Suffice to say that there is still time. Or my sister and I and my brother and father would not be investing so much time and energy into your cause if we felt there was not enough time to achieve the ends that are needed.
Very well. Well, I'm ready to hit the road.
But know this, you are in no pact of peace. The Titans could come for you at any time.
Astreus is going to look over at Hypatia as sort of a, yeah, we know.
All right. Well then, until we meet again. And she sort of begins walking out into the garden and past the children. The children wave to her, but it's a very like, I don't know what to do with children kind of like smile and nod at them as she kind of goes past them.
Is her Amazon bodyguard around anywhere?
Get this, her Amazon bodyguard is with her, being her bodyguard.
Okay, I'm gonna, as she's walking away, I'm gonna pull her aside first.
As you go and place a hand on her, she goes to roll for initiative. I don't know. Wait. I don't know what's going on here. You tried to kill the queen? Is that what's going on?
No.
She turns to face you.
I will roll initiative.
Her scarred up eye staring at you as she looks at the hand you've placed on her. She says, "What is it that you need?"
I wanted to ask you if you knew where to find one of those 20 square sets that the queen uses.
The queen uses a magical set. You would need to spend a great deal of money at the Arcane Academy to get something like this.
I like just a basic set if you
would like a normal, non-magical, doesn't affect your destiny, does not fulfill the requirements of being a game of the gods, you can go anywhere. Just go to the Agora and look around.
Okay. And do you know if the queen has any books or guides on how to play it better that I could read?
She kind of growls in her throat, and she says, I am not responsible for the queen's books, only for her safety.
All right. Well, you're doing a great job.
Am I? She has wandered off on her own. And she turns and storms after the queen. And you hear her muttering to herself. She stops me to ask me about games. Eresions. Alright. Astraeus. Normally, Versi sleeps very late. Today is no different. You guys have already had breakfast and talked to the queen when she finally rises. Barely dressed, as usual. She walks over to you and drapes herself on you and says, my love, you will take me home now, yes?
Of course. We shall see you safely back to the grotto.
I came as quick as I could when I saw the fate that was in store for you. I am so happy that I was able to save you yet again. And there's a lot of PDA. It's very uncomfortable. So.
Not for me, it's not.
No, yeah.
I imagine that
Yeah.
Astraeus is very much like way more laid back and comfortable when Versi is around than when she's not. He's more like, you know, proper cleric, gotta represent. His guard is down when Versi's there.
Ominous. Alright. Okay, well, we can all look away, maybe look out towards the garden. So, my father has requested to travel with us if we are headed in that direction. So that'll be fun. Travel with Vulcan and Versi. Fortunately, Pythor's got stuff to do. I guess.
Unfortunately.
I mean, is there anything you guys need? Anything I can help with before you set out?
Are you guys going to find out what items you need?
I can go check in the academy library. Or maybe talk to that animal guy.
Yeah. I don't know if you would know about how to use parts of beasts. More just a master of beasts. In their living state.
Yeah. It's something that a few hours of research at the academy should be able to turn up information for. Let's see if that's where you decide to go.
Yep.
We could also ask my grandpa. He's probably gonna be the one to make it.
If we're not leaving immediately, we do
Use
have
my
time.
background feature.
Oh, what's your background feature?
There you go. I posted it.
Library card.
Yeah.
Is that really what it says? It says
No.
library card?
This is library.
It's library.
Library access. Okay, fair enough.
What a library card does.
Okay.
Yup.
The mystical key. Probably is a mystical
Well, they
key.
certainly don't let anybody without a library card in. That is for damn sure. All right. So you do turn up the information that you need. but man, is it a pain. Essentially, you need 10,000 gold worth of amethyst that would either be incorporated into the design of the staff, or basically ground into dust and infused into the staff. You would need to twine the spine around a branch from a centaur-tended pear tree. You would need to rub the staff with nuts from a dwarf-tended cashew tree. See how that comma got used? Yeah. And then finally, the whole thing would need to be soaked in a brine made out of a phasm lung. Doing additional research, you find out that a phasm is essentially a giant monstrous amoeba.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we need some amethyst,
Mm-hmm.
tree branch, some nuts, and a phasm.
Correct.
Dwarf
I could post
nuts.
all.
We need dwarf nuts.
Well, nuts from a dwarf-tended cashew tree. It's oddly specific. I will post that into treasure underneath the Hydra spine. So I would say, yeah, library access. Don't need to roll any checks. You just spend a few hours doing that. While Hypatia is researching the ingredients for that, you guys making any last preparations of supplies or anything? Any last rumor mongering? Any last shopping? I mean, you will be hitting up like, Astoria on your way by, I'm assuming. So it's not like your last chance to buy something from Civilization or anything like that. But
I'm going to, after selling some of the random jewelry that we have,
Mhm.
I'm going to head to the bookstore and see if they have like a beginner's guide to 20 squares or whatever.
Totally.
And then I'll
Yep.
pick up 2 sets of... do we only need 1 set or 2 sets to play?
It's just it's a board game. You just need the one
Okay.
set.
Yeah, so I'll get 1 set of that.
Okay. Hold on just
Like
a second.
magical backgammon chess.
It is priced. So hold on a sec. Double check at the price here. The non-magical set. Well, that's actually not too bad. If you're okay with the standard like wood and clay set, it can run as cheap as like a single gold.
Okay.
And then it's just the price just increases from there based on like, quality, materials. Yeah. Craftsmanship, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll get like the set that is 2 tiers above the worst.
2 tiers above the worst. Oh man. Okay, so we're looking at maybe like 5 gold each.
Yeah, so I'll pay 5 gold
Okay.
for that, and then some extra for the book.
Okay. Yeah, so the book is actually going to be way more expensive than the game. So the book is going to set you... Yeah, the book's going to set you back 5 gold by itself.
Perfect.
Okay.
Is there anyone in Mitros, any of the smiths that specialize in old settler armor styles? Heavy.
Oh, yeah,
styles.
like from the old world kind of deal?
Yeah, like, are there any, smiths that have dabbled or, hobbyists?
You actually ask around, and you are directed back towards the academy, because they do have a museum. Maybe you could see if you could get some, mechanically worthless armor on loan from the museum. But most people can't imagine making it. Give me an investigation, though. Give me an investigation or persuasion.
Upon being directed towards the academy, I will 100% seek out Hypatia.
Okay.
As my person with the library card and the academy history. And I will ask for her assistance.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to traverse an academy and find, like, how is the museum different than the library?
So Hypatia, the arcane nerds theorize that the world of Thylea is small, but good, but that it functions a bit like a sinkhole, and the influx of so many strange and wondrous outsiders is a direct result of that sort of sinkhole. Like, people fall into Thylea, but people don't really leave. That being said, the Academy has made a habit out of collecting archaeological memorabilia from these other worlds. And you do recall seeing some unusual suits of armor and things like that are only really marched out when they're rotating the theme of the public section of the museum to, like, people from afar kind of deal, and showcasing kind of weird armor and stuff. But for the most part, it doesn't see the light of day much. It's more than likely just kind of in storage. You could probably ask if a suit of armor would be available.
I would ask if a suit of armor would be available, or if the academy perhaps has a smith professor who understands, could be able to study the armor and recreate it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So as
I'm
you
gonna
ask
bring
around,
along that old suit we found too, as like an offering of trade if they collect old stuff.
Yeah. Based on your performance at the Great Debates, and Hypatia's bold statement to try and open up the academy to the broader population, while also foisting the cost of admission upon the king instead of upon the academy itself, they're pretty pleased right now. So yeah, they do have an assortment of older, sort of Western or Westernized, as it were, outsider armors. They explain that in the warm climate, they don't understand why anybody wouldn't just wear a breastplate, and there's sort of this moment of, like, why wouldn't everybody wear a breastplate? Breastplate's the best. But they do show you what looks almost like a metal man. That is like a suit of armor that would cover your whole body. It looks tremendously uncomfortable. There's no room for your genitalia to just kind of hang free under a skirt. Everything is really packed in there. You imagine if a monster were to hit you hard enough, it would bend one of those plates directly into your body and kill you, or sever like a limb. It doesn't look like very safe armor.
I had this image when you were saying that, they're describing the notion of, like, why would anybody wear such a thing? And I'm just thinking that if this is like a museum, like, there's like this painting or portrait of the old Dragonlords arrayed in such armor.
Yeah. No. They acknowledge that the Dragonlords originally came over in such armor, but even they came to appreciate the freedom of a battle skirt. So.
it's like kids who wear boxers for the first time. Oh my god!
I mean, the guy kind of pushes his glasses back on his nose with a chuckle, and he's like, I mean, there's more to combat than just being armored, you know, being able to move freely about the battlefield, not being weighed down, reserving your strength for your attacks and evasion instead of just dedicating it all to carrying your armor around. Not everyone's built to wear this sort of armor.
Chase would be like nodding the whole time while enviously looking at this armor.
On that note, is Estoria built to wear this kind of armor?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, Mount Ordeal's respect changed some things.
Okay.
He is, most definitely. This type of armor would be much more comfortable for him.
If Hypatia were put in this armor, it would be the equivalent of chaining her up in manacles. Like, it would be so heavy and cumbersome that she would not really be able to do anything. So,
Yep, it would just be a prison.
Yeah.
So when he hands it to us, I don't like pass it on to her and be like, "Here, hold this." Poof.
Right. But yeah, he says, you know, you're welcome. You're welcome to it, but you know, whatever good you can find from it. Perhaps this is helping you to reclaim a bit of your lost life.
I'll just nod and I'll say, indeed, this very much will do me good.
You know who has a suit of armor in this same style?
Oh,
Commander Gaius. Have you met? He won the tournament of the game of 20 squares. Was not wearing this armor, but I have heard that Sidon himself gifted him with such a set of armor to christen him a Dragonlord. He sees a look on your face and he says, "Ah, I have said things I shouldn't have said."
It is not what you said. It is. I am aware he has this armor, but I am also aware of the armor's history. It does not truly belong to him. It was stolen.
Sidon is a firm believer that the strong take what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Does that permission to destroy his shit then?
If that's true, he would have had this city 500 years ago.
Perhaps. I am no lover of, dare I say, any of the gods. I am a lover of knowledge and history. But even our history is a slippery thing.
In gratitude for you allowing me the use of this armor, I will offer you this, and I'll give him the old piece of armor.
This has seen better days, but we could clean it up.
And as well, when we return to Mitros, should you desire, I will answer any questions you have regarding my recollections of the history of the time that I spent here before the Oracle saved me after my supposed death.
Would it be greedy of me to ask for that and perhaps a meeting with the one they call Talus? He is, after all, a living suit of armor.
Astreus is going to he'll like warmly smile at that and say, I cannot make a promise on behalf of Talus, but he has shown a willingness and a good-natured desire to discuss his nature with others. I will promise you that I will ask him if he is willing to do so.
That being said, I would have just been exploring the museum this whole time when he talked about things from other places.
Hmm?
Saying
Fair.
if you find, can you see if anything is showing up that you might recognize from?
Yeah, I mean, as you kind of explore the museum, there is a fragment which the nearby placard describes as part of a flying ship, and then it kind of goes on to describe that rumors surrounding this particular artifact hold that a flying ship was seen hundreds of years ago, and basically knocked out of the sky by the 100-handed Titan, crushed and torn asunder, blah, blah, blah. This was the only piece that could be recovered, and people to this day still wonder what sort of magics were required to cause such a wondrous phenomenon to happen.
Okay. Just trying to see if that sparked any.
And then, of course, any of the stuff about the automatons is definitely fascinating. Though the underlying theme of anything related to the automatons is that they all originated with Vulcan, which is fascinating because the Amazons never mentioned that when they were teaching you to make your Stimfey. But according to this museum, even the Stimfey of the Amazon, the original design, was conceived by Vulcan.
I'll have to ask about that.
All right. Any other business with the museum, the school, or the city?
Just since Talus is there, I'll pass that request on.
Okay.
That they would like an opportunity to sit with you and ask you questions when we return to the city.
That shouldn't be a problem.
I'm going to put a hand on Talus's shoulder and nod my head to him and say, I appreciate this. This has assisted me in a task I was seeking as well. Thank you, Talus.
Before we leave, I'm just gonna quickly say goodbye to Enyo, and I guess I'll say because she got accepted into the academy, right? Some scholarship.
Yeah.
So I'll just basically tell her, work hard, and make sure you earn money so that you don't have to follow in the footsteps of your father going into debt. And we'll be back soon.
She nods seriously, but you could tell that she's very sad that you are leaving.
Yeah, we'll be back as soon as we get our ship. Or, well, when our quest for saving the world, saving Thylea, brings us back here.
I understand. You should go, and I will stay.
You be good now. Don't prank the queen too hard.
She looks suspicious. Not of you, but she has a suspicious look, or she had plans, and she's not sure how you knew about them. But Miss Kyra said that every time I can scare her, I would get some drachmae.
Of course she did.
I wouldn't listen to Miss Kyra too much.
I already got some of the other children to help me, and we caught many gardener snakes and put them in her underwear drawer.
Oh no. Miss Kira won't be here to protect you.
Oh no, she says her name
you
is,
won't get the
is
jackhammer.
Kyra. She says Kira is the goddess of music. She is just a very nice lady who is beautiful and smart and kind.
Okay. But she's coming with us on the journey. So yeah, keep the pranks to a minimum.
She kind of looks sad and says, I could do that, but I would need more drachmae than Kyra has offered me.
No, she will never be in debt.
She learns quick.
He looks
Stay
at you
safe,
meaningfully.
Enyo.
Oh, dang! Ice cold. Ice cold. All right.
Yeah, I'll give her a pat on the head and send her on our way.
Okay. Later, Valis, goddess of wisdom, dies of a grand mal heart attack from too many gardener snakes in her underpants drawer.
This is actually very important. Reset, do you share any of that with any of the rest of us?
People wonder, could anyone have saved the queen's life? But no one will ever know for sure.
She considered going and getting rid of the snakes herself, but then couldn't muster up the courage to do so.
Do you warn anybody?
I'll tell her bodyguard that Enyo might be pranking the queen. Watch out for snakes.
Understanding your meaning, they put out a warning to look out for Hypatia pranking the queen. They're going to be ready for it. All right, Hypatia, returning from the museum, you are tackled by guards. They give you a shakedown. They want to know where's the prank. Where is the prank?
Hypatia is very confused.
Kyra watches from the sidelines, and you see her hand some drachmae to Enyo. Enyo nods sagely and pockets the money. The two escape into the shadows. Understanding that you have no pranks on your person, they are quick to beg your forgiveness as a hero of the city and friend of the queen. They had just received. There's really no explanation for it. And humbly, they sort of try to excuse themselves from the miscommunication. They're very, it's a mess. They just sort of shuffle away, embarrassed. And you
Hypatia's
just
still confused.
Fair. All right. While you guys are out and about, you do hear the latest song, Riders of the Storm. It's about the apparently chosen of the Oracle. They went and fought Storm Hydra. Apparently, the killing blow was dealt by Karina, the Amazon in training, ward of Talus. One arrow severed 20 heads. Also, Phil was there. That seems to be the gist of the song. So, yeah.
Please tell me there's an actual lyric. Also, Phil was there.
Of course.
It's the last line of the song.
I need to find like a songwriter on Fiverr and just have him write a song about every session. Just be like, I need you to write a song that's only worth $5, but every week. So
we call that Kira quality.
Yeah, $5 is the most I could ever imagine her song lyrics being worth. No offense. All right.
Phil kind of like grunts when he hears this.
Yeah.
And he spits on the ground towards Karina.
Oh, she looks down at the spit and she stares up at you and she says, I did not write this song.
I'm gonna elbow Phil and be like, yeah, that was
Phil
rude.
just kind of keeps walking.
Yeah, that was ill done, Phil. Come on.
The glory is mine.
Well, she just kind of stares after him and just shakes her head.
I stand next to her and I shake my head.
Phil seems unfazed by your head shakes.
We need more head shakes.
We know they hurt you on the inside, Phil.
Hey, Phil, your Gaius is showing.
Huh.
Oh.
Huh. Huh. All right. Head shakes are done. I don't know. He got the song about throwing the dog in the lava. I mean, does he really need another song about beating up a monster? Like, we gotta diversify a little bit. Young, powerful women. That's in right now. You know, like I was trying to, monopolize on that. Not that you're not young, Risa. It's just, Karina. She's local talent. And you're, Parisian. So, all right. So, I've got the whole itinerary. I got snacks packed. I think we're ready to do this thing. Ready to head on out?
I had a quick one.
Oh, okay.
I want to stop by the Heart Bridge and say goodbye to all the sirens. And yes, I want to find Sula and thank him for his kindness.
Oh, wow.
See him again soon.
Sula, there's some tears. There's some tears welling in his eyes. His mascara starts to run a little bit. And he's like, so you're leaving then?
For a while.
This is the hardest part of loving a hero. But I won't say goodbye, because I know I will see you again. And he kind of turns and dramatically looks into the wind so that he could explain all the tears as dust that was blown into his eyeballs. It's a lot of dust today. Anastasia, I never thought I'd find anyone who could shine as brightly as Valis. I wonder if perhaps she blessed me the day I met you, because she is but a lingering yet pleasant memory, a shadow cast by your brightness. I've known you for a short time, but I know that I want to spend all the time I have knowing you better. There is a painful loneliness to you that I wish desperately to end. But I feel in my heart that it's beyond my meager abilities to do so. I hope that whatever journey you're on brings you closer to a solution.
We'll thank him, give him a hug, and a peck on the cheek as she leaves.
You hear a very melodious chorus of ooh sirens. If you're not familiar, that's when people make a ooh kind of sound coming from the bridge and the sky nearby. So, all right. Yeah, guys. Any other? I know it's hard to say goodbye to the big city, where now that lightning bolts aren't killing you instantly, it's pretty safe and cozy. Well, I mean, there was also the people at the Minotaur market that tried to kill you, and the robots that tried to kill you, and the cultists that tried to kill you, the Chimera. But honestly, it's been pretty safe compared to most of the places that you've gone.
Onward to adventure.
All right.
Did
To the map.
Asterius change his hair?
Yeah,
I'm
unfortunately.
gonna
the-
comment. Yeah, seeing
Where,
him
where?
come out.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
comment on why he turned blonde all of a sudden.
Okay. I
Was
mean,
your
Asterius,
hair
did
really that
Enyo's
dirty?
Your
Did
D
Enyo's
your
words
DM
really-
your DM knows Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? You could always just be like, Broseph, I need a purple cloak and I need brown hair, and it's like it could happen. You don't have to. You don't have to suddenly dye your hair blonde to match character art. I mean,
Wait,
It's
they
in
could bleach hair in Mitros?
yeah, the bleach hair. You want to bleach your hair?
if the Photoshop can work, that would be better. It was just I
Come
said
on,
to
it'll
Art
be
a minute
cool.
ago, but
You can
were
look like
so-
Billy Idol.
If the Photoshop works, wow.
No, I didn't mean like I meant like if that was something you're willing to do. If that works
Oh,
out.
yeah.
No, I'm not doubting you.
I can spare 5 minutes of my life to change the color on that picture. That'll be fine.
I
Okay.
just didn't want to hassle you when you were sick. You know.
Sure. So you get
So-
your hair cut before you leave the city. Okay.
The shave is yes, 100% because of Enyo's burn. I
Okay.
did shave my beard.
Oh, all right.
So there's like an hour of the time between you get the haircut and you get back to the palace where you're blonde, right? Before you can dye it again.
Little known fact between
He's not-
hydrochloric acid works as a bleaching agent.
That's what it
Or
was.
somebody bribed your barber.
There we go. Okay, I'm blonde as a prank. That's a good.
Okay, fair enough.
I
So-
still prefer the fact that your hair is just that dirty. Like it's always been blonde. He just never.
Oh,
showered.
dang. Well, Versi is like really like she's like a natural woman. She's really into like a natural kind of lifestyle. So, yeah. I mean, even her rug is alive, you know, or it was till you guys murdered it. So, anyways.
Oh, you mean the carpet in the? Okay.
What did you think? This is worse than the dwarf nuts from a dwarf cedar tree. Come on now.
I thought I was gonna say, man, we're a family stream. You can't say stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's true. That's my 2021 goal, is to be more family friendly. Sure.
Oh, okay. So out the window for the next few months at least.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Wait, are we
Ter-
really going family
No, we're
friendly?
absolutely not.
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt my character
friendly.
concept.
Yeah. You've been working super hard coming up with orgy variations of every word in the English language. We're not gonna throw all that hard work in the trash. Come on now. All right. So, back to the map as we begin to travel. All right.
For
let's see.
flavor, I am gonna ask Vulcan as we travel if he'd be willing to, reset, like adjust the armor for my fitting.
Oh
I know
yeah.
it's not a mechanic in the rules, but like just feels good. Get the god of the forge to make my armor snug.
Immersion. Yeah. It takes him all of like 10 minutes. So that's the benefit of playing a mostly medium-sized creature. So, all right.
Beautiful. So there is a breastplate +1 available for the party. If nobody wants it, then we can put it into the party loot.
Give it to Karina. Apparently, her heroic deeds have like merit. You know. Maybe
You will
we'll-
gladly take a breastplate +1. Do you give her breastplate +1?
Yeah, I mean, our peerless athlete Philippocles
Yeah.
just suggested that our
she blushes
peerless archer,
and says, "Thank you, Philippocles, son of Pythor. I thought you were still mad at me, but this gift is beyond generous. Thank you. When it protects me in battle, I will remember our friendship."
Yeah, hopefully, keeps you alive long enough to play some more of those miraculous shots you made on the Hydra.
She blushes and says, I will try my best. And she kind of like storms ahead of the party, clutching the armor. Kyra watches her with great interest as she storms off. Alright. She's like, if one of you doesn't make it, I feel like Karina's going to be a good replacement. And then she kind of looks around. She's like, I said that out loud, didn't I?
Yeah. Awkward.
It's a little concerning since I'm not the one with any extra
Uh-oh.
lives.
Right, yeah, true. Well, honestly, I think everybody's burned them out, so we're pretty much dunskies on that.
Playing Iron Man now.
I'm not
Oh.
worried. I got some of the best support characters in D&D.
Oh, Hypatia, I was gonna ask you about. Did you hear about the wizard that accidentally cursed himself with invisibility?
What? No.
Yeah,
How did that happen?
Well, we're not sure, but worried, he ran to the healers to get it removed. Unfortunately, they couldn't see him that day.
That's good.
I'm gonna just turn around and walk away.
I worked
Hypatia,
super hard
that's
on
back
that
towards Mitras. Wait, no, we gotta go this way.
one. Yeah. Don't go back to the north gate. You might get hit by lightning or something.
Too soon.
Too soon. All right. Gosh.
Hey, Kyra,
Yes, tell us.
have you heard about that new religion growing?
I'm gonna say no.
People are calling them the Underdogma.
It's pretty good. Okay, I got one for you then, Talus. Maybe I've already told you this one though. Why do gnome-built robots always go crazy?
No idea.
Something short circuit.
Yeah, it's the short circuits. Yeah. I didn't think you knew what a circuit was there, Astraeus. That's pretty impressive.
Ah! Why is there a fireball on the map?
I was just measuring. Just measuring.
just gonna. Oh, I can't even move my token out of the way. I'm grabbing the fireball.
I go to move to protect her, but then I realize fireballs aren't safe for me either.
Oh yeah, because you don't ever see them coming because you're too busy thinking about animals and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Soul kind of just in the fireball.
She does sort of continue to ask you questions that are all disguised as jokes for the entire walk to the vineyard. Because I mean, you're gonna pass by Gelos' vineyard anyways, so you might as well just pop in and visit the elephants, see how they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, Hypatia, what's the best spell to comfort your friend with?
I'm ignoring her.
Hold person.
That's such a good one.
Hypatia, you see up ahead elephants. And with that, you have a good reason to maybe run up ahead and escape. There we go. Thanks to your efforts, there's now a beautiful travel scene. It's been renamed the Boreal Vineyards. Alright. As you swing by, you see your 3 elephant friends. One of them is now wearing a beautiful straw sun hat. They take the hat off with their snoots and dip in a bow to you. And the other 2 wave their snoots in a friendly manner. You do see that the 2 surviving Maenads are there. They are just sort of drunkenly dancing around. Living their best life, as it were. You are welcome to stay the night. You're not sure how he had enough time to build a bed and breakfast, but he did. So you're welcome to stay at his fancy bed and breakfast vineyard experience, but he understands if you guys are in a hurry. Apparently his broken penis has also mended, because he's not wearing a cast over his groin area. So Seeing you approach, one hand nervously dips below the belt, the other raises in a wave of greeting, and he's like, "Oh, look at this! The chosen of the Oracle, and the Oracle, Versi. It's been so long." And she blushes and waves at him. And he looks over at Astraeus. Sees that Astraeus is in boyfriend range of Versi, and he just kind of like gives you a slight bro nod of camaraderie.
I'll nod to my Eskimo brother.
Okay, fair enough. All right, you see Big Boy. He's in the back, and he is apparently grilling on the back patio, because now they have a back patio also.
Is he holding 6 spatulas?
He is not holding 6 spatulas, but he is able to do a heck of a lot of grilling with them 6 arms. It's very impressive.
I thought the Crashgem TM Geigans were 4-armed.
Oh, jeez. All right. Yeah. Well,
we had a rewrite. We had a rewrite.
I was very tired. I tried my best. No, that's the official art. They really do have 6 arms. I totally fucked up that math problem. Like, they really do have 6 arms. I keep using like the characters from Mortal Kombat for like miniature art, and they only have 4 arms. Whatever Goro is, the dragon people or whatever. Yeah. So like, this is the only actual Geigen art I have. So all the other art I have for them has 4 arms, which is why I got so confused. Anyways, yeah. So they're all cool if you want to stay there. You are only a few hours outside of Mitros, but you did leave like late in the day. Do you guys want to stay, or do you want to continue on your way and just camp somewhere?
Sure.
I mean, yeah, why not?
I mean, there's no cost for my good friends. I mean, you'd actually be my first customers.
Phil's kind of insisting that we should be on the road, that we've perhaps taken too long.
And we're gonna have a dance contest tonight. Pretty fun. You see the Maenads kind of look over at you guys with sinister looks on their faces when the dance contest is brought up.
What's Vulcan think of all this?
Vulcan is impressed. He's just like, how'd you build this in such a short amount of time? And the North Wind is just like, hey, people owed me a favor, call it in, that sort of stuff. You know how it is. And then Vulcan's like, this looks like Spriggan work. Did you have Spriggans do this? And his all whited out, frosty eyes go wide, and he says, you really are the god of creation. You got a keen eye. And Vulcan kind of nods. He's like, yeah, I need to hire me some of them Spriggans. But that would mean going into the Old Wood. And I'm not welcome there anymore. And he sort of stares off, like PTSD style, towards like the horizon.
May I roll a knowledge religion to see if I'm aware of any teachings or stories of Vulcan that might inform that?
Sure. Yeah. Nothing comes to mind.
I'm intrigued, but I don't feel comfortable intruding on his thoughts, so I won't say anything to him.
Auntie, surely you don't want to stay.
What? I mean, stay at a nice bed and breakfast? I mean, I don't see the harm, right? Like, I mean, we could ride elephants and have a dance contest that could result in one of us dying from psychic trauma, and whatever Big Boy over there is grilling. I don't know. I mean, are we really in that big of a hurry to get the boat? I mean, we should savor the journey,
She had me until psychic death.
And Hypatia's just like, if I have to spend the night with a blue guy with horns, that's not the one that I'd pick. So.
Oh,
No offense.
nice.
Yeah.
Why didn't you
you're
drag
thinking.
him along?
Clearly,
He-
you don't want to think. I mean, you don't want to
Obviously,
stay.
King of Castus doesn't need anybody to guide him. He does great on his own. You should have taken his best advisor away and just brought him with us. So the more the merrier.
Not a
Look.
job. I like a man with a job and responsibilities.
It's fair. I wish I had had those standards when I was your age. So. All right, look, if we're a fellowship, so if we're not all in agreement, then we won't stay here at this fabulous bed and breakfast that was magically built by fey creatures.
Well, it seems like I'm the only one that doesn't want to stay, so I'm not gonna like stop the rest of the party. Phil's just gonna be like uncomfortably gripping his axe.
Okay. Okay.
Astraeus is also, I'm going to be honest, he's also of the mind of being a little uneasy staying, but people seem enthused. And
Yeah, and also Kebalinos is a trained masseuse. He actually has medical training in massage, so he can, get all those knots, just crush them out of your body. You ever been massaged by a giant man with 6 arms?
is he asking Astraeus that? Because he's just, no.
Oh no.
Oh, he's asking the group at large. Cairo just kind of raises her hand quietly. So. All right. So elephant rides, barbecue dinner, dance contest, and maybe 6-arm massages. Okay. Unless anybody partakes too heavily of the Fey wine, you rest and continue your journey. Unless you have any other business here.
I have
I just
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to, anytime we have breaks or whatever, I'm going to pull Anastasia to the side and force her to play 20 squares.
Oh.
Okay.
You'd happily
I'm going to give you the same disclaimer I give every time this game comes up. One round of this game takes like one game of Game of 20 Squares takes like 3 hours.
Yeah, so it's only during at night, just before we go to bed.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
That's hardcore friendship right there.
Maybe it was 3 hours, but yeah, she would definitely play with you.
And
Probably
it takes
has no
even
idea.
longer because I'm.
Yeah,
It
you have
takes
to
even
teach
longer
me.
because I have the beginners guidebook open, and I have to keep looking up the rules every 5 minutes.
Oh man, I think.
So it's basically like Monopoly, where you've started 3 games but finished 0.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Talos is actually going to drink too much wine.
Can you drink with too much wine? I guess you can because you're not immune to poison.
I'm resistant to it, but not immune.
You could get drunk? Oh, we got to see that.
He's
one
gotten
day.
drunk before from
I
that
drank the
wine.
wine elementals and got drunk.
Oh, that's right. I don't think he was there for that session. All right. Okay. Well, if that's the case, let me get out the carousal table.
Astraeus will
Help
offer
if I can
to
spell
any of the
carousal.
chosen on nights like this where we have downtime and we're about to sleep. I have spell slots available for sending, and I use one a day myself to periodically do a sending to one of the 5 gods that we're not with, just to offer my own words to them. But I have a spare one tonight, and if anyone would like to have a sending sent to anyone, I would be happy to do so, and we'll continue to offer this on any camp.
Wait, you use sending instead of praying like all the regular people?
I
That doesn't
offer my
cheating.
or sending a paper letter. Still trying to wrap my head around that
Yeah,
one.
it's like they have to listen to you now.
It's one of the benefits of meeting your gods face to face. No, I still offer my prayers, but I do intend to do a sending kind of in a rotation, just to apprise them of our progress. Like, Pythor probably wants to know that his kid Phil is doing okay, And for some reason, Valis, I don't know, OOC might be interested in a certain Arisian monk for reasons I can't fathom. And
I'm
but
gonna
so
pull Vulcan aside at some point and ask him, how do you feel about Estrellas just using sending on you?
haven't done it to him yet.
All right, he glowers. His face becomes a dark storm, a volcano about to erupt, and he says, "I'd like to see him try."
Just wait till the night after we drop him off at the Mithril Mine.
Sending spells are unbelievably rude.
Yeah, imagine if you were sleeping or doing
It's
some
bad
business.
enough. You've probably heard this from Kira already, but it's bad enough when you have to hear prayers all day long and all night when you're trying to sleep. Then you have these entitled clerics that try and just buzz you directly. Honestly, the best followers send a letter.
Oh. She keeps that in mind.
Yeah. Just ask your friend there, Anastasia, how many letters to gods do you deliver when you're normally delivering the mail?
Quite a bit from what I remember.
It's kind of like delivering letters to Santa Claus.
That's what
There's
I was
a lot.
gonna say.
Yes.
I want a new train.
Now, admittedly,
Yes,
I
they-
usually just take all of my letters and I just throw them in the forge. I don't read them. But it's still much more polite than having a sending spell. I don't have time to read all those letters. And he kind of like crosses his arms over his beard and looks disgruntled. I'm going to go get a massage. All right. And he does. And Kabalinos, grabs the olive oil and goes to work on him. All right.
So that's a no. Nobody wants to sending to like anybody else, though, right?
Not after that, no.
I'll keep in mind if there's like someone I want to talk. I can't think of anybody at the moment.
That's okay.
Very nice of you, though.
I have nobody to send to.
Aw.
Hmm.
That's because your squire and your ward, local celebrity, Slayer of the Hydra, is hanging out with you. And your baby's growing in your arms, so it's like the two most important. And your bird's there too. Though your pig, you could send a sending spell to Kiros. Kiros is hanging out with Pythor. All right, you got. I need a D20. Okay, let's see. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, you wind up with. Actually, give me a D100. Give me a D100 roll real quick, Dallas. All right. You wake up in a bed, which is an unusual situation for you. You were wearing a large hat. You're pretty sure it's the elephant's straw sun hat. You are also wearing a fake nose, which is significant since I don't think you have a nose. And a mustache, also significant since you don't have a mustache. Okay. Overall, you look pretty cool. The hat's a little too big since it's sized for an elephant, but I guess it would kind of look like a sombrero on you, given how big it is. Anyways, yeah, that's all. Yeah, you can't recall anything about the hat, the nose, or the mustache, but you may add them to your inventory, or you could return the hat to the elephant for a quest reward.
I will return the hat.
Okay. All right. In exchange for her missing hat, a blushing elephant hands you a gold-plated badge emblazoned with a symbol of fire. She gives you a meaningful look, like we're not going to talk about this ever again, and puts the hat back on her head.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then. Okay. You continue along your way, unless you have any other business here at the vineyard. Next stop on your whirlwind tour of places that you've already flippin' been, the Autumn Tower.
Hey,
Yeah,
they've rebuilt
they're-
it.
Yeah, there Tom Hardicus and his allies have begun repairing the damage to the tower, and you can see here they are working. Them muscles, huh? Yeah, look at this guy's got a cute hat on. They found some donkeys, which are the evolution of goats, I guess, since horses aren't. Yeah, it's a whole thing happening here. They understand that you've traveled long and far. You're welcome to stay. They are trying to build sort of a trading post, but it's a long way from being completed. They don't have magical spriggans to build them bed and breakfast or anything. But if you want to make camp, you certainly can. Otherwise, you can kind of head on your way. But they remember the great kindness of you guys both sparing their lives and saving them from thraldom, and they extend hospitality to you if you would like to stay in the tower for the night.
No bed and breakfast though.
No, Tom Hardicus, he kind of leans in close, his big stinky cigar in your face, and he says, tell me about this bed and breakfast. How does it work?
There's one down south actually, near the vineyard. You basically stay and you get breakfast.
Oh, I feel like we could do that. You just feed them breakfast after they stay the night. That's it?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're talking like it's fancy.
It
More
could be.
quaint. It needs to be quaint.
Quaint. Got it. Alright. He looks meaningfully at the tower, and you can see him envisioning possibly an extra building being added in at some point. He's stroking his beard, thinking hard. Feed him breakfast afterwards.
Are we just trying to set up tourist destinations along the road?
Hell yeah.
But
Keep
by
in
the time we're
mind,
done,
the settlers spend a lot of time getting beat up by the natives who are not fans of the settlers, and vice versa. So there really is only the city of Estoria and the city of Mitros. Like they're really there's like a couple of smaller towns. Like there's a halfling village right outside of Estoria. But yeah, they don't. Civilization does not thrive in Thylea. It is still a very wild place. So what these people are trying to do, most people would think is almost suicide,
This is where you get innovative, and we get the Minotaurs and the Centaurs who we've befriended to act as road patrol. Make the road safe for travelers.
Civilization stuff going on here. But yeah, like if you guys wanted to stay here, you could. Otherwise, you keep going, camp, whatever you want to do. But it's up to you.
What time of day is it?
Let's see. If you left from the vineyard, and you
Like,
traveled all the way to the tower, yeah, it'd be like another day. It wouldn't hurt to stop here for the night.
well, I'm gonna ask, because the vineyard, they had elephants, they had dance parties, they had all this stuff for us. Like, what does the Autumn Tower have?
They all kind of look at each other, and
Safe
they
place to
just-
sleep.
yeah, they're like walls. It's got walls.
Fantastic people.
Yeah, and people. We got people and walls. Why would you want an elephant around? They shit everywhere. You know how much an elephant shits? That's a lot of shit. You want to be stepping in elephant shit while you wait for your breakfast? You don't. You don't. Now come on.
Go in.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
we'll-
as much as you left it, minus the gore and the the hundreds of naked people. So.
Phil
yeah.
offer his strength to help, like, carry bricks and whatever else he could do to help him out while he's there.
Oh yeah, they're very interested in any assistance that you're willing to give. Dinner, they're mostly just hunting the nearby woods, so it's mostly just a meat and wild tubers situation. Nothing exciting. But yeah, they're trying to make a go of it, and they have not heard the latest songs of the Bard. And so they are curious what you guys have been up to since the last time they saw you.
Check
So
the
we'll
spot.
let Karina tell the story.
Man, you are salty.
Yes, yeah. Something a chip on your shoulder.
Wow. All right. Karina does tell the story of the Hydra. And she only mentions that she was firing arrows from the hallway while Reset battled the creature upside down on the ceiling, and Talus, the Great Ranger, prowled in the shadows, evading the creature's notice. And Hypatia rained down spell after spell under the cover of Mitros' twilight, granted by the great Dragonlord Astraeus. And that Philippocles fought hard, and thanks again to the healing powers of Anastasia, was able to live through the fight. And everyone's just kind of like, oh, okay. She does not have performance or even a very good charisma score, so I don't think it's going to be a particularly riveting story. But she does try her best to tell a story that gives equal credit to everybody that was involved. She even throws in a little nod to Laureus as well. Not bad for a +0. Yeah, so the people kind of like nod, and they say, things like, such teamwork, such organization. Truly, there is no challenge that you cannot defeat. All right. Does you guys tell them about the great debates or any of that kind of stuff, or do you just kind of leave it at Hydra story?
I feel like they probably wouldn't be interested.
Aww.
Ooh, we tell them how we helped tear down the temple of.
Ooh, that's a spicy story. Okay. All right, fair enough. You tell them about how you tore down the temple of, or helped to cause the temple of the Thylea to be torn down. That scandalizes most of them. They hear about the dead kids and the sacrifices and all that, and they are pretty shook. All things considered, they actually look suspiciously at the wine that they're enjoying during the story. That they have sort of, autopilot dumped out, a portion of it to Lutheria, as is the custom. And you can tell as they stare at their glasses of wine that they are also thinking hard about what does it mean? Like, what does it mean to be, to worship a woman or a being that would inspire such evil in her followers? So they're definitely having I don't want to say a crisis of faith, but they are definitely re-evaluating like their stance on Lutheria and what she stands for. So All right. I guess with that note, oh, is somebody reading this book or no?
Oh, I mean, I'm reading it
Gotcha.
slowly over time.
Okay.
Although I had already added everything to my character sheet, so I hadn't really been keeping track of it.
Dang. Cashing them checks before the money's in the bank. All right.
It's been what, like 3 days at least? It might have been 4 days, so I'm almost there.
All right. Assuming your business here at the Autumn Tower is done, they will take the news that you have given them, the stories that you have told, and the advice about elephants and serving breakfast, and they will internalize that as they move forward with the development of the Autumn Tower. All right. Are you guys cutting through the mountains or gonna take the safer route around? Vulcan and Kyra both request no mountains, because snow cold, Yeti's bad.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Okay. If that is the case, I guess, 2 more days pass, and you reach the Mithril Forge.
And Hypatia finishes her book.
And she
Yes.
finishes her book. All right. As you finish the book, it disappears. Off to help some other little boy or girl, Mary Poppins style.
It doesn't disappear into my brain.
Well, obviously, yes, but I mean the physical book. If it was in your brain, your head would be shaped like a book. It'd be very painful. Silly goose.
Of Hypatia with a book-shaped brain with
Book-shaped head.
With all the serpent hair coming out.
Why am I now imagining that like her brain has a bunch of little tendrils connected to little snake brains at the end of each one of her hairs?
It's how
Well, it does.
she's smart. It's a hive brain.
As you are approaching the entrance to the Mithril Mines, Hypatia, your friend, confidant, that's about it. Kyra, she does approach you and says, "Okay, Hypatia, I know you spent a lot of time at the academy while we were there. Did you see that wizard and cleric having the exchange about the spell casting that was done during the great debates?"
I did not.
The wizard shot a lightning bolt from his magical staff, and the cleric, wanting to know if he might also use it, asked, "That arcane?" And then the wizard replied, "No, that our staff."
I open I grab a piece of parchment and I
Mhm.
scribble a note on it.
Yeah.
Never answer questions asked by Kyra.
Fair. That's fair. All right. You guys arrive at the Mithril Forge, which has now got its own travel page. Yay!
Woohoo!
All right.
Ooh, look at the shiny mithril.
Yeah. I mean, Vulcan's very embarrassed because it's all hollow, because it's been cursed by Lutheria, but it still looks nice. So. All right. Boy Toy is there. Along with your friends the dwarves. Imru is there. She is pleased to see only one person, and that is Anastasia. The rest of you, she just kind of nods at you, and then goes back to work. You can see that she is assisted by several mephits, and it's one of those situations where she's the boss, and they're all like talking like meows, basically. And going around and getting stuff for the boss. And so that's a whole situation that's going on right there. Vulcan is happy to be back. He begins immediately berating all of the workers, correcting any mistakes that they might have had, and occasionally handing out praise for exceptional work. But he and the workers look happy to be reunited. All right. So, any business at the Mithril Forge, or are you just going to stay the night and then head to Estoria?
Now
Did you
that we're
guys want to
here-
leave anything?
Well, I did want to ask Vulcan about the Stimfey question.
Oh, right. If he invented Stimfey?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you just point blank ask him? Did you invent Stimfey?
I'll pull him aside and ask.
Uh-huh.
He had heard at the library one thing, and the Amazons never mention it, so he wanted some clarification.
Well, the Amazons, they're a bit proud, and they don't like men so much. So I don't want to take away anything from their culture, but if you must know, yeah, I was the one that invented the system. So.
Well, then I thank you.
No, they did a great service for me, and I felt that was a good way to repay them. You know, they before that time they had normal animal companions, and I'll be honest, it's a dangerous world to be raising a hawk for years, only to have it killed by some monster. So I wanted to give them a gift that would keep on giving. A creature that could survive almost anything and be rebuilt afterwards.
Tell us what Pet Paratos while he's talking about this.
But those and the automatons, they still lack a complex soul. What you have, Talus, that's what I've always been dreaming of. I can't help but explain it to you. There's a part of me that's always... There's a part of me that feels incomplete, like I need to be doing more. Like crafting. It's good, but...
Until you make your masterpiece.
Is it creation, right? They, you see, the gods of old, and the gods of our old world, they made people, you see. They made, the different species of men and dwarf and elf. I find it hard to call myself a god sometimes, knowing that such a feat is outside of my abilities to do. Makes me feel like a pretender.
Well, if there's anything I can do, let me know.
Perhaps one day we'll find a way to get you home, and I'll go with you, and I'll study wherever it is you came from, figure this last great secret out for myself.
Salus will nod to that.
That isn't to say that certain people haven't tried to create life. Then he kind of like stares over at Kyra, who's still chasing Hypatia around, trying to tell her more wizard jokes.
At some point, I would just disappear into my into my blanket fort.
Your safe zone, your Kyra free zone. Yeah, fair.
Yep.
When the duration runs out, I can make a nutritious refuge for you as well, and not let it run.
Talus, don't ever let that girl drag you to Pickle Island, or you'll see the misdeeds of her earliest days of godhood. laid bare.
Oh my god, I'm dying over here.
All right. He ain't fucking joking. He's dead serious when he says this to you. His monocle flickering with the fire of the forge as he tells you this very serious thing.
Okay.
There's no words needed. I understand that you know the seriousness of what I'm saying. Dallas, where are you going? It's a bad place from a girl. I already tried to stop her from going. She insists that she has to. I know it's asking a lot, but can you keep an eye on her?
I'll do my best. I know Phil will as well.
She's worked very hard to find herself and the woman she's become in the short time that she's known you. Few is, I think the woman that she's always wanted to be. Just worry that this journey, she'll become lost again. But not with a ranger around. And he gives you a hard hit on the back. There's probably damage inflicted, but it's okay. And then he just sort of downs his flagon of warm ale and sort of kind of turns the conversation to you so you can sort of take over from there because he's out of words.
Well, thank you, Vulcan. I know we've found some interesting items along the way, and we hope that your skills in creation will help us on our path.
All right. He grumbles and just sort of, grumbles and nods and grumbles. So, Anastasia, at one point you are approached by the Forge Keeper, and Emru asks you, so, how does your search go?
Well, I was able to find some of my people, and that gave me great comfort.
Ah, so you were looking for your people. I had a suspicion. You asked me questions about my own family and my own homeland, so I could have sworn that you must have had questions about your own. I had trouble recalling our conversation, though. But I knew you were looking for something. And she gives you a warm smile.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for.
You too. Thank you. And then pleasant conversation about whatever else you'd ask me about.
Yeah.
Travels.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, the night passes, unless anybody has any business here. Reset, are you ready to challenge one of the 5 gods and earn your gym badge for Game of 20 Squares? Or do you need some more time to warm up?
Let's see. With 4 nights of the game, I'm ready to challenge one of the 5 gods.
Okay.
I guess it's gonna be Vulcan because this is his gym.
Oh, that's true.
Wow.
That's true.
I bet
Okay.
his badge is mithril.
Fair enough. Game of 20 Squares it is. Let's do this thing. So, roll out the 47 different skill checks that you need. I'll queue up his character sheet real quick. All right. He doesn't have nearly as many skills as his kiddos, so you should be good to go. He's too hyper specialized.
Was there a handout with it?
I'm grabbing it right now. Let's see. Let's see. Letters people have written to gods. Letters people have written to gods. Here we go. Treasures. Okay. All right. Game of 20 squares, more commonly known as the Royal Game. 7 rounds are a series of skill checks. Here we go. I should totally make a macro for this. That would be really cool. But for now, we'll just have to manually do it. It's understood, of course, that your set is not magical, so Pete, you could cheat magically if you wanted to, if you're into that sort of thing.
I don't have magic, so
Okay.
I'm gonna play with the beginner's guide in my head.
Like open. Oh, okay. Oh, you're just in your. Okay.
No. I'm trying to remember what it said as I was playing against Anna.
Okay. Now, if you have proficiency in the game, you could sub proficiency for any of the 7 checks one time during the match. But ultimately, you still have to be a super renaissance person to be good at this game. All right, here we go.
New.
Performance. Go for it.
No.
Okay. Both did pretty bad. All right. Next up, insight. Oh, nice. Okay. Close. Then history. Okay. I think he got you. I think he got you there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Deception. I think you were very flustered by the history round.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Then you guys move on to deception.
Intimidation.
Oh, is it intimidation? My bad.
Yeah, I think.
No, it's deception and then intimidation, right? Oh, we just did deception. You're right. So yeah, now we're on intimidation. Okay. Yeah, you won one. Persuasion and then perception.
Wow.
Okay, persuasion. All right, and then finally perception. Oh shit. Okay. Vulcan is really surprised to have won. You see him kind of take his monocle off and like wipe a tear away. And his whole body's kind of shaking. And he's like, I can't believe it. I won. I won the game of 20 squares. It's incredible.
She sniffles a little bit.
The only person I've ever won against is Pythor.
I should have challenged him back in the story, back in Mitros then.
Reset, thank you very much for this gift. You didn't go easy on me, did you?
No. She cries a little.
Oh, there's no tears. Come here and I'll cast Hold Person on you.
What?
To comfort you.
It's a joke, you know.
That
the girl made on the way up here. You'll be back. I see.
Back.
This is an Oresian thing. You can't gracefully accept my friendship in defeat. Just like your no good god. That's fine with me. And he kind of like pushes the board towards you and stomps off.
Hey, that was my set.
Well, it's your set on the floor now.
Oh.
I'm gonna clean it up, and I'm gonna remember.
I say you could ask your no good, lazy, cheating god to come pick it up for you, but he's too busy looking in a mirror, no doubt. And he storms off, fuming. You hear the sound of a boulder being smashed as he walks past it.
I
I pick up the pieces and I go to my room.
I imagine
Kyra's
we all
like, he
heard
did
the
really
Zelfers.
good, honestly. Like, I mean, I've never seen him win, but he's way worse when he loses. So,
Reset.
did you
What did he?
did you lose on purpose, Reset? Because I mean, he's terrible at that game.
I just look at her and I blink.
Oh, I mean, you're getting better every game. You've got this.
Reset. What did he mean by your god?
Oh,
Which of the 5 do you venerate in Arisia?
He means narcissist.
Who?
What do you mean, who? Narcissist.
Can I roll a religion check? Do I know anything about this?
You can. A 13. You do not recall anything specific. You know that the Arisians do not venerate the five gods, and that they do have their own deity. So you do know that. It's a big part of just the difference in culture and the inability to see eye to eye on things. I mean, even earlier when your DM was describing the cities of Thylea, he didn't even mention Arisia because they're a bunch of assholes. So, yeah.
Okay, so knowing what he knows of like Thylean religion, Asturias is going to say, I've never heard of the Titan Narcissus. I'd be very interested to learn whatever it is that you may be willing to share.
Well, maybe you can ask him yourself when you see him. Because I really don't know.
I'm like,
That was in character too. That was in character.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
okay.
I mean, he's not very active. He doesn't really get involved with the people very much. He's kind of aloof. Is sort of your understanding of it, Reset?
Yeah, back in Arisia, they talk about him. There's always mention of him, but I've never seen him. I've never been religious, so I don't know much about him.
I am not the kind to try and sway one from their own faith, unless it's that of the Titans. But it sounds as though this god had no active place in your life. Come, let us pray to the 5.
Wait, you were going to try to sway me?
No, if you had expressed that your faith was strong with this Narcissus, I would have respected that and let it be. But you describe a god who appears to have no time for you, and you state yourself that you are not religious. But you seem open to the idea of the 5, and I would nurture that.
Well, I've met the 5. I've just, I don't know him. I haven't prayed to him.
Yeah, I mean,
I've only heard stories.
Yeah, he's the god of beauty, and he's a big part of why Arisians are so beautiful, why they venerate beauty, and why they look for beauty in all things that they do.
Yeah, in that aspect, she does, she has that because of the upbringing, but she doesn't actively, pray to him or anything.
Yeah, Asturias was just quite curious because he knows what was the list we were going on earlier when we were doing the sacrifice? He'd never heard of this Narcissus, so he's still intrigued from a religious scholar perspective, but
Well, I mean, it's just Narcissus, really, but so.
So Narcissus
oops.
and Helios are two beyond the five that live here. Okay.
Helios is no god. He is a false god, a false idol.
Well, you guys are expanding the known pantheon quite a bit here as you are exploring the world for sure. So.
A god from another realm is still a god.
This is one who tried to claim a domain of one of the five. I will never view him as legitimate.
All right.
Great.
Whatever the deal is with Narcissus, you have picked up on the fact that none of the five gods are a big fan of him, or at least none of the four gods of the five gods that you've met seem to be a big fan of him. So, and as the divine rulers of their people, that probably has contributed greatly towards the people not liking the Arisians. Kind of like, I learned it from you, Dad, sort of situation.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, Astreus, now that you're here, don't think you're leaving until I beat you in a game of 20 squares.
Oh, dang.
Oh!
And she forces him.
Are you in any way equipped to win this game, Astreus?
I mean, I'll put myself up.
Oh, dang. All right, I'll let you guys settle it in chat, but we will continue on this road trip unless anyone else has any other
It was
Mithril
just
Forge
gonna be
activity. Okay. All right, your next stop on your tour of places you've already been is the city of Estoria. Now home to Bullbug, mayor of Minotaur Town, also known as Minotown. It's a work in progress. They're workshopping the name.
Minotown?
Minotown. Damn it. That's way better. All right. They tear down the sign and start over. Minotown, as it is now called, is a small settlement outside of Estoria, and you run into it along the road from the Mithril Mines. It's right out here, this open field. Actually, no, it's right here in this field where the centaurs and cyclopses of Sidon were camped out last time to sort of make sure the Rock of Esther thing went down. So that's where Minotown is. It's right here. Now, they are not living there because they are not welcome in the city, but simply because they are trying to work their way up, from their hoof straps, essentially. So they are very pleased to see you, though. They're liberators. And when you arrive, Bull rushes forward to greet you, attempting to butt heads with Philippocles. Philippocles, are you able to butt heads with Bullbug, or do you want your stunt double Karina to do it instead, or is that are we over that saltiness now? Is that?
Look, I'm just playing my character.
I got it.
He's a little glory hungry, all right. He has a very tremendous father.
I got it. And trust me, Pythor heard the song about how this tiny blonde girl got the kill shot and not his boy, and he was very upset. He was fighting people about it. It was a whole thing. They would have arrested him if he wasn't a god. Like, he was causing such a public disturbance down at the docks. Yeah, so Bullbug runs up and he headbutts you in greeting. And he lets out a bellowing moo roar of excitement, and he leads you around and he shows you their tiny huts that they have built, and the little camp that they have made for themselves. They are all very proud of themselves. They do unfortunately have to watch a sacrifice to Sidon every day, so that's kind of annoying, because that's still happening at the Rock of Esther. But it's only been animals, but it's kind of awkward when it's oxen and you're a minotaur. You know what I'm saying? So that's been probably the one downside of this whole situation is the daily sacrifice of the animal. Because there was a practice in Mitros that you guys broke up that you could, as the oath of service or whatever, demand that the Minotaur volunteer itself as a sacrifice if you needed a sacrifice or something. So there were a lot of good Minotaurs that were forced to sacrifice themselves because of the abuse of oaths. So the Rock of Estor definitely brings some bad vibes with it. But it's one bad thing, right? One stain on a beautiful, toga. So they just sort of ignore it as best they can.
It stands as a testament to the requirement of the Oath of Peace that was forced upon the Dragonlords that sacrifices to the Titans must still be upkept.
Yep. And even, and Kyra's going to help them out. Just going to give them a couple purple tints. There we go. Now you got a dope town, guys. There you go. All right. Yeah, so it's no longer the King's Palace either. We got to change that. It's the Queen's Palace. There is a lot of rumor and gossip in the town of Estoria because people want to know, is the most beautiful Queen Honora going to choose a husband now that she is the queen? Who will be the king of Estoria? So that's definitely a big gossip column topic right now.
Who are the candidates?
What are
main
the
candidates?
rumors?
Well,
Phil wouldn't try to be involved in the rumors, but he'd try to hear the rumors.
Oh, sure.
Wait, Phil, do you want to be a suitor?
Did you ask him that? That's preposterous.
Currently, the strongest contender is Kylo Ren of the Ren family. But while the two of them are best friends, are they more than that? ? Who knows for sure? The little boy yelling tabloids on the corner for Lepta says. Seeing your interest in his news story, he launches into several scandalous but more than likely made-up stories about Kylo Ren and Queen Honora. So,
Hey, why don't you introduce your sister to Bulbar?
Why don't we leave my sister out of this? I believe in Bulba.
But as far as you know, she's too busy bolstering the city's military and working hard to not so much suppress worship of the Titans, but make it seem super uncool. So she's using a lot of the strategies that Happy Gilmore used when he was influencing the elementary schoolers. Like, it's cool to pee your pants, that kind of thing. Yeah, she's just, anytime people are listening, she just drops oh, worshipping Titans. Psh, gosh, yeah, I guess. If you're a loser, yeah, not outwardly say. Yeah, not outwardly saying that it's the wrong thing to do, but definitely rewarding people. Social engineering. There you go. She's socially engineering Estoria to move away from Titan worship and back towards worship of the Five. And in the short time that she's been here, she has been making some progress. She does, of course, extend her hospitality. You guys are welcome to stay in the Queen's Palace if you would like. If you have any business in the city of Estoria, you could certainly attend to it.
Yeah, I do. I have.
Oh, okay. We'll just
I
go.
think mine and Hypatia's business may be taking us on the same path. I have a promise I need to fulfill.
Oh,
You do.
right.
I was gonna make sure that you
Yeah,
did.
and I was also gonna say, several times before when we were at the Mithril Mines, I had left some stuff there, and I'm gonna grab some of it to bring back.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. In
We're
that
making
case,
a delivery to Parthala.
all right, Parthala is pleased not only to receive your delivery, but that you guys were thoughtful enough to contact her during the Great Debates. She was unable to attend. She is a little disappointed to find out that who she thought was the smartest woman in all of Thylea did not win the games. But she confides in you, Hypatia, that she knows it was not your fault. It was that that halfling breaker of the chain guy that did. She always had a bad feeling about Alexi. Always had a bad feeling. So now her greatest fears are confirmed. Unfortunately, he knows nothing about animals. So, but she would like to see what you have to sell her.
I'm typing it all up now.
Okay.
So, did anyone want the Hydra hide? Because I was gonna sell that to her
Nah.
as well. I'm not really down for wearing Sidon's colors. I didn't think anyone else would be either.
All
Okay,
right.
I have to ask, would it be like inappropriate culturally to sell her Cyclops parts?
She's a scholar before she's a centaur. So probably she would be down for it. Remember, this is a person that was disowned by her own people for her
Yeah,
pursuit
that's
of
why I
arcane
figured
magic. Yeah.
she'd be cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
And did anyone look into the alchemical prowess of Cyclops eyeballs, or can I pass these on as well?
No, you can.
Because it says they have divine power, alchemical process, and then I put in parentheses, look into research. I'm gonna be honest, Phil's not a researcher.
I mean, they are said to amplify divination magics. If you consume them during the casting of a divination spell, they can increase the effectiveness of it.
You're not interested in that? Okay.
Nah.
All right.
Alright, also, I do have a Gorgon head reset, if you want to put that in your shield. Just a whole
I don't
Gorgon
think
head.
that's is that a medium
Oh,
creature?
that one's too big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna mount that in the cast.
When you said Gorgon, I forgot that those are bulls in this, and I was thinking, you have like you have a head that's like Hypatia? That's so weird.
Oh my god! That would be so insensitive. I would not pull that out in front of her.
Not I wouldn't dare have one. Because I wouldn't put that in front of her. Oh, I love you, Phil.
All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff. Did I have associated prices with that when I gave it to you? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to cross-reference it and pay you
So
outside of the session.
You did for the Cyclops parts. I can put their value. Okay. Here, I'll just copy paste that.
If you don't need the money right away, I could just
I don't need
do it out of session. All right.
I was gonna try and find someone to like make trophy, like a, I have like this cool Gorgon head, right? But it's kind of like bloody and fresh because it's been in the bag of colding. So like I kind of want to, have it stuffed or cleaned up to mount on a wall.
Taxidermy.
In my taxidermy.
Okay, taxidermy shouldn't be too pricey. Depending on what the creature is and what the size is. What's what stuff you trying to get taxidermied?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a Gorgon head, and this is kind of a weird one, but a double-sized Cyclops heart.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I'm just gonna put these in my sister's palace.
Okay.
Nonchalantly.
Like you're not gonna tell her where.
Honestly,
she's just gonna wait.
Yeah, among all your dad's trophies that she has to keep in the palace, so as not to look disrespectful, it might even take her a while to notice them. So. All right.
I wasn't gonna tell her I was decorating the home, but
yeah. Alright, and then a Gorgon head. Got it. And that was a green Gorgon. Got it. Alright. I'll leave these notes for myself and Treasure and parse them out during the week. Okay. Sounds good, sounds good. Alright, let's see. Small city. Alright. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you guys have been gone long enough. I would say that the shop would have restocked. So let me go ahead and put that link up for you guys. There we go. All right. Cool. So, yeah, I just refreshed it, but it should be good now. All right. What now? I guess Bullbug wants to know if you require his aid or assistance, or if he should stay here with his people in Estoria.
If he asks me, I mean, I'd be like, if you're down for some adventure, you're more than welcome to come along.
Yeah, he looks back. He looks back at the little town that they're building, and he definitely wants to go adventuring.
I mean, do you think there's someone capable to like leave in charge around here? Well, you may, or
no, it's fine. It's fine. They'll be fine. They're fine. Yeah, I'm definitely ready to get out of here. So.
Let's be on our way.
Okay. Any other biz in town from anybody? You need anything here in Estoria?
Yeah, I'm gonna check in on the brothers' sandals. See how business is.
Well, now that they've received training from dwarves on how to actually make sandals, things are going a lot better. In fact, they realized that the best way to make sandals is to just pay someone else to make the sandals. So they've actually stopped bothering to make sandals. So they just sort of like pretend to make sandals and then pay someone else to make the sandals.
They're,
so they have
outsourcing it.
They're outsourcing hardcore. They have visited the halfling village outside of Estoria and hired a great many halflings who have small and dexterous hands to start making the sandals. So they show you the latest model, and it is a pretty nice sandal. Straps go all the way up to just below the knees, but not in an uncomfortable way, providing a lot of calf muscle support for jumping, striding, and running. These are some nice sandals. They do not allow you to stick to walls, though, and they are not magical, but they are some nice sandals. They have also upgraded from a cart and stall to a big stall.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty proud of themselves.
Yeah, keep doing the good sandal work.
Okay.
Where are you outsourcing this? They're not. You know, they're willing workers, right?
They kind of like narrow their eyes at you, and they're like, Reset. Great hero. What could you possibly mean by these words that you are saying to us?
They're halflings, right? Not children.
They kind of look at each other. Is it wrong for children to make sandals? Well, there are many children who need to earn drachme and lepta.
All right, as long as you're not forcing them into anything. You know what? I'll let you handle it on the business end.
They kind of like look at you shrewdly and they say, "Do you have a problem with child workers in the Regia?" Do Do you have people that do not pay the children workers?
Children should be raised by the spear and the shield. That is what I was taught.
Oh, well, if everyone is using a spear and a shield, how do you make sandals?
Usually the retired soldiers are the ones who make sandals.
If you spend your whole life making a spear and shield for war, how will you know to make anything else? It seems like with everyone focusing on fighting, there is no one left to focus on crafting.
Sounds like a new market for you guys.
They kind of look at each other and nod.
Perhaps you should try to spread your influence throughout Thylea. Maybe many people in Odyssey would like to purchase your sandals.
No, they would not do business with us, Estorians. It would not happen. But perhaps, maybe, if we were endorsed by you, as we are. They kind of look at each other. We will need someone to take over the shop, though. Yes, this is a lot to think about. A lot to think about. Thank you again, Reset. And thank you, Talus. All right.
Good job.
They seem deep in thought now about the possibilities of delivering quality shoes to a people who don't know how to make shoes properly because they only have old people make shoes, according to resident Arisian. That's the best part about being like a character from like the neighboring setting. You know what I mean? Is you could just say whatever nonsense you want about your homeland, and everyone's like, "That must be how it is." That's it. They all ride. Yep, they all ride giraffes. Babies have spears. That's what happens. That's how it is.
Only once you have fought in a battlefield and have looked death in the eye can you make quality sandals.
Also, I keep calling it Halfling Village. It is called Woodhike. It is a real place. So Woodhike, the Halfling Enclave. They, that's if you play like a halfling, I guess that's where they come from. That's where halflings come from. All right.
Interesting.
I will go to the Dragon Shrine and just now that I have more of my memory than I did the first time, I will spend my evening there instead of the palace, and I will go over anything that I remember or anything for Aesop's histories that can help him with his shrine. And,
Aesop is surprised to see that you have gotten rid of your beard and your magically long hair.
The helmet,
but does not comment about the peroxide. So.
Prank by Kyra, yeah.
Okay. But he is curious. Did you find the answers that you were seeking for what happened to your wife?
Not in the manner that I expected, but during the Great Debates, I called on Lutheria, and she taunted me, seeking to lead me to believe that she has my wife.
He kind of makes a face like, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Death, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Percy with you? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I would imagine she just kind of like follows him around. She spends most of her time kind of in like a daze, because she's constantly like peering into the future and stuff. Like a sexy version of that Harry Potter teacher.
Professor Trolley.
Yeah. Yeah, she's always like stuck in like prophecy land and divining and all that jazz. You can't really turn it off very easily. So she spends a lot of time just sort of like in a daze, just sort of
I imagine
following along.
I'm used to holding onto her elbow as we walk because she just might.
Oh yeah,
stop.
totally, yeah. And she does that creepy thing where she stops people on the street and she's like, "He knows," and like just tells people like really cryptic, horrible stuff that they think about for like the rest of their lives, like the Oracle. I saw her in the Agora. She told me he knows. Who is he? Who knows? What do they know? Yeah, and then their lives are just ruined. Yeah.
That's my girl.
Yeah. That's why they don't let her out of the temple very much, if I'm being honest.
Crash, I'm beginning to think that I have a type in your games.
Yeah. So that's her deal. I think she's significantly less creepy than a certain vampire, for sure. But yeah, that's the whole situation with Versi. But she does kind of come out of it enough to sort of look around at the Dragonlord statues, and then she points at the one that is you, and then she points at you, and then at the statue, and then she makes a heart symbol out of her hands.
Sorry everyone for this, but he's gonna give her a blow kiss.
Oh man. Okay. She acts like it is an evasive. Yeah. She acts like it is an evasive sparrow and tries her best to clumsily but also sexily try to catch it before tumbling into a pew, holding up the imaginary kiss. She cuddles it to her bosom, and then starts to kiss the kiss. Aesop, who's no stranger to PDA and kissy lovey, as you recall, now that you have your memory back, blushes profusely and lets out a boyish giggle.
Oh dear. Yeah. So I'm gonna just any questions or anything he has for his histories, I will spend my time doing my best to explain whatever I can so that there's a record of it.
All right. Yeah, and remember that this guy was like dating like one of the Dragonlords. Yeah, so like he's been around. It does occur to you to ask why he still looks so young, perhaps, or maybe you don't want to be rude. I don't know. But for someone that's easily towards the end of like a normal elven lifetime, he looks, like he's in his late teens.
Well, that's a good point. I just assumed elf is elf, and I'm a half elf, so I am knowledgeable of the extent.
Elves do start to kind of wrinkle up, towards the end there. So yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I would just kind of, and it would be like an in passing, like you must share your secret. How do you maintain this youthful vibrance?
And Aesop does confide in you that he has gone to great pains to maintain his physical youth because demi-humans of any decent age often go missing.
Oh.
Yeah. So he is deliberately sort of reinvented himself every, few decades to sort of stay below the radar of people who might not want mortals with that much lifespan and history to be around anymore.
With the living knowledge of what really went down.
And it does occur to you that you have not actually seen too many elves or dwarves, except for that one old cantankerous guy that helps you with the mines. The other dwarves that were with him were quite young. And it does occur to you that you haven't seen a lot of very old dwarves or elves. Even though you are confident that there were some, before when you guys first got here and before you guys got there.
When So when this occurs to me, it's not that it's gonna like, fearful, intimidate me, but I'm gonna suddenly come to the realization that here I am running around, publicly proclaiming myself as the Estrellas that was there in that time, and realizing that I may have put a pretty big target on my back. Even more so than the fact that, hey, we're the chosen.
Right. Aesop kind of reiterates that the history of Thylea is a very slippery thing, but kind of insinuates that it is like that by design as much as it is by nature.
Mm-hmm. There's like
Yeah.
a whole shadow war going on for the hearts and minds of the people, and history is being used as a weapon.
Yep.
Ooh, I want to talk
yep.
to Hypatia about that.
Yeah, that would make a good conversation. As you travel to the Oracle, Versi insists on taking a shortcut through the nearby rocky hills. Do you guys comply or no?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she could see if it's a bad idea or not. So.
Okay. All right. So as you do, I'm assuming your business in Estoria is done. Yay, nay, maybe.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Up ahead, as you kind of leave, you travel for a few hours. You're traveling through this narrow, rocky pass. Up ahead, you do see a griffin in the process of eating something. So let me drag y'all out onto this map to give you a better idea of what you see and what's going on. We will assume that Team NPC is just off camera and will come running if you need them. Alright. Who do I keep forgetting? I gotta move this guy to a different folder. He's driving me crazy. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there we go. Alright. So, Team NPC, luggage, all that jazz is back a bit. As you enter this rocky canyon, you should be able to see. Yeah. Up ahead, you see a mighty griffin. And it is eating the guts out of something on the ground. Sorry, I should have given you a gore warning for that one. But yeah, just chowing down on a freshly killed something or rather. As you begin to approach the griffin, whose stats are pretty good, unless you're going to try to sneak up to it and give me a group stealth check, it will inadvertently notice you. Or inevitably notice you.
I'm just gonna try and use my knowledge of like beasts and animals.
Sure.
Try to approach it in a way that would not be threatening to it.
Okay. Let's see. Griffin. Yeah, it's got a pretty damn good perception. It narrows its eyes, kind of watches you guys approaching, and you can see with its front claws, it sort of pulls the kill closer to it. Why don't you guys give me a perception, or anybody that's got a perception of like 13 or higher, you would probably identify what the creature is that it is eating.
Would
I do.
would
15
medicine
passive
also
perception.
work?
Oh yeah. It is a siren that it is eating.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it like common knowledge, are sirens like on their food tree? Like,
A griffin is a common enough creature. It's a monstrosity. They are opportunistic hunters. They will kill and eat anything that they can confidently get away with doing so, too. So, Anastasia, you know that this is one of the many threats that mail carriers have to face. People always jealous of your species' ability to fly. They don't know the dangers that lurk in the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we shoo it off?
Yeah, it doesn't seem intent on fighting you. It's just kind of trying to gather up as much of this as it can and gonna head out. But Phil, if you want to try to calm it down, Crocodile Dundee style, you can go ahead and give me that handle animal check as you slowly approach.
Well, I'd kind of look at Anna and trying to read her to see how like she feels about the
Her
griffin.
eyes are definitely wide when she recognizes what it's eating.
Now, yeah, you do know
That
that griffins that are not raised from cubs can just never be domesticated. Their spirit is too wild. So, but griffin eggs for that reason are quite valuable.
My thought is, if it's eating a siren, and siren are typical mail carriers, there might be something that, like, important that's maybe being transported.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, we would need to, like, provide a burial.
Would
Should
you
we try to do handle animal so it doesn't
like me to
get into
remove
trouble?
this threat of your people?
I mean, I'm not mad at the griffin. I mean, just like the circle of life, right?
All right, then I'll try and calm
Want
it
to just
down.
shoo it away, or
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could try to intimidate it. You could try and calm it down. Intimidating would probably be an easier route than calming it down. Yeah, the creature narrows its eyes at you and sort of starts to take flight. It is grasping the body, but as it is, you see all manner of mail start to flutter out and sort of get caught in the winds of the canyon and start sort of scattering in all directions. Unless you want to fight it, it's going to probably fly away. Or if you have some other means... Oh, okay. You see a chakram come whizzing out quite a distance and strikes the creature. Give me some initiative rolls.
Trying to get it to drop stuff.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it doesn't want anything to do with you now.
you said it was a monstrosity. I couldn't talk to it.
Yeah, it is a monstrosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this snake gets so many 20s on initiatives.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Like every fight.
All right, Reset. It seems that the griffin is under attack. It is definitely sizing up the size of your party. It has no intention of sticking around to fight.
Okay. I'm gonna move up. Let's see. Kind of still using the edge of that cliff to act as cover. I'm just gonna try to take a look and see if look around, see if there's any other griffins or any other creatures around the area.
Okay. Absolutely. So give me an investigation or perception check, or I guess in this case even a survival check could work.
I can make perception at advantage because of the shield.
Okay.
So 17.
Yeah, looking around the area, it seems like this is a rarely traveled pass, at least by foot. You don't really see too many signs that creatures have kind of come and go through this area. It does seem that there has, that in this area occasionally herd game, right? Like deer and other similar creatures, wild goats, that kind of stuff, will use this as a way to get from the fields outside of Estoria to the more lush forest near Verces Temple. As such, it is a hunting ground for predators such as the griffin and maybe even crag cats, which is a type of mountain lion type creature. that is said to be so silent as to almost be magically silent when it hunts.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one step back here with my last 5 feet. And
Fair enough. All right, Skilla, to you.
Skilla is going to fly up next to Reset and dodge.
All right. Phil, to you.
Yeah, I guess we're doing it. Oh wow, 5 feet. I'll dash
Yeah, I would
up.
say. Yeah. All right, you're gonna dash up to it. Okay. Anything else from Phil?
No, that's
Okay. As you approach, the creature kind of lets out a squawking roar and sort of shakes its kill at you, as if to show you this is my kill.
and I'll let out a roar back and shoot
All right.
my.
Fair enough. Talus, to you.
Up. And I'll use my bonus action to do my shout. So I'll have advantage on my attacks, and I will do 2 more attacks with the shotgun.
All right. Oof. Okay. Let's see. Slashy weapon.
Yes.
Okay, it's gonna make a Constitution save. On a failed save, it makes 1 less attack on its turn. All right, here we go. Okay, makes the save. So it takes the critical damage though, which is significant. All right, it is already bloodied.
I did have advantage on that, so it's no miss.
14 hits. All right. It is still going, but barely. The creature has dropped its kill and is sort of looking around, its eyes wild with desperation. Anything else from Talus?
Nope, that's all I can do.
All right, Hypatia, to you.
Okay, well, since it's dropped it, that changes what I'm gonna do. Crap. Okay. I am going to run forward. And I'm gonna... Crap. I want to cause fear on it, but it's too far away.
Oh, it's pretty feared already. It's like, holy shit.
I mean, if it's dropped the kill, then I'm gonna dodge.
Okay, taking a dodge action.
I mean, well, I'll do an intimidate action as well.
Oh, sure. Okay, give me intimidate. Okay.
Well, that was
I mean,
not as good as I'd hoped.
You could believe that this is the reason on its turn that it's gonna run away. But yeah, it's definitely gonna run away. Letting out squawks of panic. Feathers flying in a cloud around it. It is going to try and fly as far away as it can, up and over the sort of canyon area, and out of sight. You could certainly try to climb the canyon wall and give pursuit, but you have delivered enough damage to it in a short enough amount of time that it is absolutely terrified of you. Anna, you could fly after if you want.
Oh.
Nope.
Definitely no intention of...
Okay.
I will
Astraeus?
fly forward to...
I'm just gonna dash forward towards the corpse to see if there's even a hope that I can do anything to help.
All right. Top of the round, we're set.
Yeah, I'll move in.
Okay.
I'll just go behind this tree and I'll dodge.
All right, fair enough. Skilla.
Skilla is going to fly up behind Estoria and is confused about why time is still slow. So she's going to do a search action.
Okay, fair enough. Give me that search action. Perception or investigation, your choice.
Oh. Well. My passive's 11. Can I use that?
I mean, everything seems fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Phil?
Yeah, Phil's just gonna kind of look back at everyone. Should I pursue it? Its eggs are quite valuable.
We need to see about the siren first.
Well, then it will get away.
All right. Chalice, do you try to pursue it or do you let it go?
I'll let it go, but I'm still keeping
on
my
guard
eyes
just
to
in
the
case.
sky right now. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if Reset mentioned crag cats are pretty nasty. They are they're an insta kill for low level adventurers for sure. You guys are high enough in level that they wouldn't be able to insta kill you, but they're pretty nasty. Imagine like sneak attacking tigers with near invisibility. It's pretty terrible. All right. On that note, then, you guys rush over to the fallen siren. Unfortunately, the griffin is able to deliver some pretty nasty attacks on it, and it is quite dead. Much of its innards have been munched on and are missing. So even like a revivify would be a bad idea because they would just die again from not having the correct organs inside of them. There is mail everywhere. This is apparently a mail carrier. Anastasia, from what you understand, this mail carrier's route is the route that you used to run before you became a chosen of the Oracle. So this is essentially your replacement.
Oh. Only dead because you went off to do other things.
Nobody said that. Well, I guess Estoria just
said that.
No, we are all going to be thankful that it wasn't Anastasia that we found there.
There
because,
you go. Practicality. Yeah. All right.
Estrella will ascertain that obviously my magic won't be able to do anything, and just kind of sadly shake his head in Anastasia's direction, and put a couple of drachmae on the eyes and say the appropriate players.
Fair enough. So, Anastasia, what is the burial customs of sirens? Because I don't believe it's covered in the book, so it's your responsibility as the party siren to make it up on the spot right now.
Oh my goodness. Well, I definitely think she is definitely sobbing, kind of cradling her, holding her hand.
I'll get all these guts out of the way. There you go.
Oh man. I don't know. Maybe if I had a week to think about it.
Okay, you can tell us the beginning of next session. Yeah, the burial customs of the sirens. You do see that her mailbag and her intended packages and letters were meant to go to the Temple of the Oracle and then to the Sour Vintage. With the perception training and survival training of everybody in this party, you should be able to gather up all of the missing mail. This isn't going to become like a video game mini game where I've spread 100 letters across Thylea that must be retrieved to unlock some bullshit item. They're all just right there on the ground. So,
And
I
like
don't
by
know.
the time you finally unlock it, it's like not good anymore. You have
Yeah.
way better stuff.
The only
The side
time it was
effect would be
good
really
was
good.
Vice City because they spawned the Apache helicopter, which you still had to steal from the military base. All right. On that note, we will end there with a sad Anastasia cradling this dead siren and people awkwardly picking up bloody letters, and an ambulance showing up too late to save.
I was just gonna say,
Spawn.
you said the word siren, and look what
Yeah,
happened.
I know.
Mm.
All right. So I know that often we play sessions where there's a lot of intense stuff happening. I hope that this gentle travel session of revisiting old locations and exploring more of the world and more of the lore of the world was still fun and enjoyable. So, we don't always have to be rolling death saves in every session.
All right, you said as much when we signed up for the game.
Yeah. So there's equal portions. So next session, you can continue the rest of your journey to drop off Versi back at her house. Maybe swing by Sour Vintage, and at that point, you.
What?
You cut
What?
off.
Yeah.
What?
At that point, you'll be leaving civilization behind and heading into. I don't want to say unknown territory, but reclaimed territory. Keep in mind the history of the Deadfalls. It is the Roanoke of Thylea. So they tried to create their own settlement, similar to what they're doing at the Autumn Tower, and all of the people disappeared.
Did you hear they recently solved that issue?
Did they?
Yeah, they
What
found
happened?
that the
What
settlers moved into the tribe. It actually
really?
ended up integrating with the Croatoan tribe.
Oh, well, actually, that probably could have happened to these people. Maybe that's where the Druids came from. I don't know. But all I know is that there were people in the Deadfalls region, and then there weren't. And nature reclaimed the settlement and took it back. So there are two routes to go: Spooky Forest or Dangerous River Rafting. So I guess let me know this week which way you would prefer to approach the Deadfalls.
I would
So-
prefer Dangerous River Raft.
River
how
rafting
often-
sounds
how-
like a blast.
Yeah, how often do you get to go river rafting, and get attacked by a purple octopus while you're river rafting? I mean,
I
come
was
on.
just gonna say we need to find a way to hold down the button and go away for a session.
Oh yeah, grind that XP. Yeah, because
Oh, wait.
if
What's
you
the name of the
don't
ship
if you don't think that I
The
already
Ultros?
have a purple octopus ready for you, I mean, I don't know. You don't know me too well, because there's definitely a purple octopus that's going to attack you on that river. So
I mean, we have a ship named Ultros.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hadn't
This
put that
won't be my
together.
first time fighting
There
a
you go.
purple octopus.
there we go. We'll just leave that right there in case you guys want to go to the river. We'll have that ready to go. So.
Oh,
I've seen
100%
this
want to go to
one
the river
before.
now.
Anyways, hope you guys enjoy your week. We will continue this next week. Even though we're not going to have a game in September, there are a lot of Mondays in August. So we still have quite a few sessions to go before our break. And when we get back from the break, we will be switching over to Foundry for good or for bad. But we will make the switch. I don't think I have any announcements other than to say, don't forget to enter the build contest. Someone was brave enough to enter, and she's going to have DM inspiration for the rest of her life now, because she was the first and bravest among you. She's also the only person. Well, okay, no. Well, she's the only person playing a non-Thylean Ranger, because Thylean Ranger's actually good in all my games. So, there's a lot of courage there. There's a lot of courage. But yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff that is coming down the pipeline for this campaign. And once you get the ship, this map of the Heartlands goes away and then reveals the big map of the world. And then you actually start going out, and it's more sandboxy as you sort of start exploring the different islands and all that good stuff. So should be a lot of fun. All right, anybody have any announcements?
I think we have 3 people now that have volunteered to run a game on September. So we have one more slot if you want it. If not, we'll just probably take the week off. And I think myself, Anna, and Talus have all decided to run it.
I want to tell you this.
There will potentially be one Monday in September that I'm unavailable.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Or was it Hypatia, not Talus? I'm sorry.
Hypatia was going to run. Yeah. All right.
I was going to do one.
Okay. Then I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for
one.
Anastasia to cut the stream, and I'm going to tell you this joke that was too saucy to read on the air. So.
Yeah, well, everyone has to say goodbye.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Everyone, good week. Bye-bye.
Night.
Okay.